Right then, welcome back to another video on the channel, and this video is, as you can probably guess, centered around the Champions League final that took place on Sunday night. Now, you can see on the screen Bayern Munich celebrating in FIFA 20 with the starting 11 that did play in that game. And this game I've just played out, which was my predictions for what would happen in the Champions League final for this season. I did think that it would be Bayern Munich to lift the trophy, as you can see here, but I also predicted goals, and goals for that man as well, Lewandowski, who, with his chance to score in every single game in the Champions League, failed. And of course Bayern Munich took away a 1-0 win through Kingsley Coman with the only goal. But there they are, lifting the trophy. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go look through what I thought was going to happen. Now I thought Bayern Munich would start off on the front foot, and in about 15 minutes, which was the 13th here, they'd nab one through a man who's been so pivotal to the way they've played this season, and pivotal to the success of their season with the treble that they won through winning the Champions League. Now that was the first goal. Then I predicted PSG would kind of bounce back from that, and in about the 30th minute I predicted a Neymar goal in the Champions League final, because, you know, he's a big player, and in big games you need big players. So I thought Mbappe would link up with Neymar a little bit there and thread a little one into the bottom corner past Manuel Neuer. And then on the stroke of half time I thought that it would be PSG to nab one potentially as he struck, and I really did think Kylian Mbappe would get on the score sheet in this Champions League final. Nonetheless he didn't, and then I predicted that Bayern Munich would get back into the game through the man who I thought would level Ronaldo's record, to be honest, and hit that one home in the 54th minute, quickly after half time. But then no goals in the remainder of the game and in the first half of extra time. And I really did think we were going to see some late Champions League history made through a Robert Lewandowski winner, which, to be fair, with the way their season had went, wouldn't have been too far-fetched from reality. But that is what I expected to happen. And yeah, if you follow the YouTube Instagram that I've set up, which is cjr.sports_, you'll know that this video was coming, and you'll know what the plan is for this video. So we're going to go advance and end the match. And what we're going to do now is I'm going to pick the neutral and not control either side. And then we're going to go into, again, the UEFA Champions League final, and we're going to let FIFA 20 re-simulate the Champions League final. We're not going to put them on amateur AI, I think that's a bit. We're going to put them on legendary AI. And it's going to be in Istanbul, because the stadium that they played in last night is not available in FIFA. I put them in the Olympia Stadium for the game that I played, but we're just going to leave them in the Ataturk and in Istanbul, and we're going to see what Bayern and PSG turns out to be through FIFA 20's re-simulation. So here we go. Of course, I wasn't able to switch the lineups for this one. So it is just the base Bayern Munich lineup to meet the base PSG lineup in this game. So we can go and assume that Bayern will be playing the 4-3-3 and PSG will be playing the 4-2-4. So we aren't gonna do. I'm not gonna edit this very much. I might edit a few poor passages of play, but it's starting off quick here. And yeah, so the real game saw Bayern Munich, of course, come away with the 1-goal win. It didn't see the victory in the sense of an individual for Robert Lewandowski, as he did not score in every single Champions League game, and he also didn't beat Cristiano Ronaldo's record. He is, of course, definitely the player to watch. Now, in the game, we saw the starting 11s of PSG started in a 4-3-3, which I do believe they'll be in a 4-2-4, because I think that's their base setting in FIFA 20. But they started in a 4-3-3 with Keylor Navas in goal, Kehrer and Bernat were the fullbacks, with Thiago Silva and Prensel Kimpembe. In front of them were Marquinhos, Herrera and Paredes playing in the midfield, with Di Maria, Neymar and Mbappe in front of them, which on paper is a tackle-lopsided team in my opinion, which is why I expected goals on Bayern's part and PSG's part, because PSG have an unbelievable attack, and I thought that their their backline looked poor. Now, one thing I will say is I thought Thiago Silva and Prensel Kimpembe were fantastic. Bernat I didn't really think did very much wrong, and Thilo Kehrer was chasing his tail for the majority of the game, with Koeman running at him. Moving on to the Bayern Munich starting 11, we had Manuel Neuer starting in goal, with Kimmich and Alphonso Davies as the fullbacks. David Alaba and Jerome Boateng started at centre-back, however Boateng went off in the 14th minute for Nicolas Süle as per an injury. But already FIFA have rewrote history, because it's Mauro Icardi in the 20th minute who scored from distance, and we'll get the goal line tech on that one. And it looks into me, Mauro Icardi with an absolutely fabulous finish there from range. And yeah, you can see that it does go in, and Neuer's disappointed, Bayern are disappointed. But there's the opener, and it only took 20 minutes in the re-simulation. Nonetheless, then into the midfield of Bayern Munich, we had Thiago Alcantara and Goretzka starting at the defensive midfield positions, with the goal scorer Kingsley Coman and Gnabry either side of Thomas Muller, who all played just behind Robert Lewandowski. Of course, as I've mentioned, we did see the 1 goal scored with a back post header from Kingsley Coman, which was a well taken goal. We saw quite an even game, to be honest. Possession went Bayern Munich's way with about 60-40 going like that, with the shots being 10-12 in Bayern Munich's favour, quite close there, and 3-2 on target in the favour of PSG, again really close. With the possession going Bayern's way, Bayern completed 515 passes, whereas 322 were PSG's completion, with 74% for PSG and 84% for Bayern. Bayern committed 6 more fouls than PSG with 22. Equal number of yellow cards with 4, and the same with corners, and no red cards were shown. It was just a really well matched Champions League final, I think, to be honest. Like, there was cries of it being boring. I didn't really see that. I thought it was more just each team wanted it and each team were there to win the game, and there's not really very much to be said other than that, than each team really did want to go out there and impress. It was, I think it got a bit heated about the point, well, I didn't really see what the commotion was, to be honest, because Gnabry went in for a tackle on Neymar. Yeah, he caught him late and he clipped his heel, but Neymar exaggerated it a lot with the scream and the rolling. But yeah, it would have hurt. He caught him on the Achilles, but Paredes to then go over and grabbing Gnabry and everything. Like, yes, it's a booking for Gnabry, but Paredes did not make a good account of himself at all. First half, I didn't really notice him too much. He was kind of a passenger. And second half, I only noticed him for negative things. He was really poor in his passing. Really poor with those 2 free kicks that he just lumped into space, which eventually got him taken off. And just awful in, like, he went over and he was grabbing away at Serge Gnabry, and, like, it's just, like, for not even for just the fact that there was no reason to be that angry, but also the fact that he's Paredes and he's going up to a player like Gnabry. Like, that man kind of needed to know his place in that Champions League final. So we're approaching the end of the first half here, and it's been absolutely all Paris Saint-Germain as Bayern Munich clear their lines there, and Meunier is the man on the end of the ball. And that will take us to half time. And what I'm going to do is, for the second half, I'm going to condense the highlights, because we've gone through the rundown of the real life game and what my opinions were on it. I think the last thing to be said is 100% that I think Manuel Neuer deserved the Man of the Match award. However, I don't think you can really have too many complaints with it being given to Kingsley Coman. Both were fantastic and most certainly the best two players on the pitch, but in my opinion it should have been Manuel Neuer to get the award, I thought. Of course, Pavard, you can see in the starting 11 there, did not play, and I can't edit the squads. He was injured, I do believe. But we're going to get into the second half, and we are going to condense down the highlights, and you will see any goals that are scored, and then we'll get to the trophy ceremony for who won the Champions League in FIFA 20's resimulation. And it's a goal. They have scored. And it's Bayern Munich who've levelled it. Watching this, I really did think it might stay at the 1-0 for PSG. But it has not, and it is one back for Bayern Munich. And it's a good goal at that from Robert Lewandowski. And even EA and FIFA 20 would have predicted that he would get on the score sheet, and at this rate, with that being in the 74th, we could see extra time potentially. Bayern Munich attacking here at the end, and we are closing in on extra time here, potentially, and it will be extra time in this Champions League final. EA and FIFA 20's resimulation have predicted the same as what I did, with not the scoreline but the travelling to extra time. Bayern Munich have changed through the game. Of course, I can't do anything to that, but they have changed to a 3-4-3. And you can tell that I can't do anything with that because it still says 4-3-3 holding. And they're playing Alfonso right and Kimmich left, which is the opposite of where they should be. And it just looks like a team all over the shop. But now we're into the extra time period, and we'll see which team has the determination to get through this FIFA 20 resimulation and become the UCL holders. Chance now for PSG, and it's a Neuer mishap that sees Neymar go through and bag one in the 110th minute. What a turn of events this has been. It's a good ball through from Larin Kazawa, and Neymar's creeped one, and Neuer, who was the man of the match in my opinion on Sunday night, has been the downfall of Munich in FIFA 20's resimulation, because he's let that one go through and he's given Neymar the glory. And it's PSG 2, Bayern Munich 1. We're into the stoppage time of extra time. Joshua Zirkzee on for Robert Lewandowski, but he won't be picked out. And PSG have won the Champions League 2-1 in Istanbul. After extra time, it's Thiago Silva's led boys out of France to become the first French team since Marseille to lift UCL glory. That is quite fantastic, to be honest. I predicted 3-2 Bayern Munich. Real life was 1-0 Bayern Munich, and FIFA 20 predicted 2-1 PSG. And it is the Parisian Giants who lift the UEFA Champions League trophy with their blue and red ribbons. Neymar fulfills his mission at PSG. Mbappe fulfills his mission at PSG. And Thiago Silva's farewell match in a different universe saw him lift the Champions League in flying Paris Saint-Germain colours. History rewritten. And that is the end of this Champions League final resim and reaction video. If you've enjoyed this kind of video, like it and give any suggestions for any future videos like this. But for now, that's all. Goodbye.